Now, the latest on Greenland. President Trump says he no longer feels obligated to think purely of peace in his push to acquire the Arctic island.
NTD's Daniel Monahan reports on that, plus other updates as tensions over the territory continue to simmer.
President Trump made the comments when replying to a joint message from Norwegian Prime Minister Jonas Gahr Stoere and Finnish President Alexander Stubb. Trump wrote, quote, "Considering your country decided not to give me the Nobel Peace Prize for having stopped 8 wars plus, I no longer feel an obligation to think purely of peace, although it will always be predominant." Trump says he can now focus on what's best for the United States of America. The president later brushed aside interest in the Nobel Peace Prize, saying that he cared more about saving lives. And Trump yesterday accused Denmark of failing to do enough to secure Greenland before boarding Air Force One.
They can't protect it. Denmark, they're wonderful people. And I know the leaders are very good people, but they don't even go there. And, you know, because the boat went there 500 years ago and then left, that doesn't give you title to property.
Trump says NATO has been warning Denmark for decades to safeguard Greenland against the Russian threat.
And it's not only Russia, it's also China. So we'll see what happens. But let's put it this way. It's going to be a very interesting Davos.
Trump has said that U.S. acquisition of the island is critical to U.S. national security. UN Ambassador Mike Waltz discusses why President Trump wants Greenland, speaking on Fox News.
If you look at Denmark's defense expenditures, they have 0 heavy icebreakers. They really have no Navy in the Western Hemisphere to speak of, and they certainly aren't contributing in a meaningful way to the Golden Dome, space, or other types of missile defense we have to have. Meanwhile, look at Russia with over 60 icebreakers, some nuclear. The Chinese are building more. They're pushing up into the natural resources that are up there.
Trump also discussed another island on Truth Social yesterday, writing, "Shockingly, our brilliant NATO ally, the United Kingdom, is currently planning to give away the island of Diego Garcia, the site of a vital U.S. military base, to Mauritius, and to do so for no reason whatsoever." Trump wrote that China and Russia, international powers who only recognize strength, must have noticed the act. The president wrote, quote, "The UK giving away extremely important land is an act of great stupidity, and is another in a very long line of national security reasons why Greenland has to be acquired." Trump also wrote on Truth Social that he had a very good telephone call with Mark Rutte, the Secretary General of NATO, concerning Greenland. Trump says he agreed to a meeting of the various parties in Davos, Switzerland, and wrote, quote, "As I expressed to everyone, very plainly, Greenland is imperative for national and world security. There can be no going back. On that, everyone agrees." Denmark increased its military presence in Greenland yesterday, sending additional troops to the Arctic territory. About 100 soldiers are already in Nuuk, with more expected to deploy to western Greenland. Daniel Monahan, NTD News.